Yay! Yeah. So, way back when that came out, gosh, it was almost 20 years ago now.
Yeah,
I
think the album came out in 2001.
Yeah, so 20 years ago that came out, and I don't know. It wasn't even 20 yet. So I was 18 when that came out. Oh my Lord!
Yeah.
And I don't know. I had never heard anything like them before. Like I had never. It was like simple and dirty, but still made sense, and it I don't know. It got me into. I was referred to like White Stripes and Yeah Yeah Yeahs and similar bands as like dirty rock, and I was like, I like that vibe, that sound, and I want more of that. And I don't know, this album was like the first time I really started to like find that part, that like musical sense, and it was all their fault.
Yeah, really too. Yeah.
Yeah, it was all their fault. And there was one of the other songs that I have on this list, because when I first start to listen to music, I listen for a couple things, and this was different in a way, but anyway, I'll talk about it later when we listen to one of my other picks.
Okay.
But this was just like introductory for me, and it was like, it wasn't just this song, it was this whole album, really.
Sure. Yeah.
And which is also quite different for me because I don't really do albums like that, but no, I was like, I have to go out and buy this right now with like the no money that I have. So
I think that was true for most of what eventually would become their audience. Like their history is they had the same little following that most kind of outsider bands have always had.
Yeah.
But they were one of those unique breakthrough moments like Nirvana or I dare say the Beatles.
Right.
Where like suddenly this very particular thing that was happening became very mainstream kind of overnight, and it was this all-consuming global phenomenon, and all the bands that kind of came after them that have anything in common kind of have them to thank for breaking that door down.
Yeah. Well, and I felt immediately connected to them because they're from Michigan.
Sure.
Too. They were out of Detroit.
Real close.
I'm from Ann Arbor. So I was like, oh, they're like right around the corner. Wait, we can do that? I didn't know we could do that. So, it made me happy.
Yeah, they were a big band for me on that level. I was in my first, my high school punk band.
Yeah.
And all of us in that band, like we were, very decidedly a pop punk band because that was like the only thing that we all liked in common, I think, for the most part.
Yeah.
And then this showed up and we all kind of went like, we're a little boxed in with this pop punk thing, aren't we? Like we really like the blues stuff on this record.
Yeah.
We really like these like kind of higher, kind of screechier vocals than we're used to hearing in something that is still like very punk.
Yes.
So yeah, that's in the way that I think the connections for you and me were made, very separately to this band. I feel like they had enough stuff going on that was their like mainstream appeal.
Yeah.
There was the DNA of so many different kinds of music that quite a lot of people that might not have dug the lo-fi quality of the recordings early on were still like, I don't know, I think this is my band.
Yeah. Yeah. So, White Stripes.
On that note, though they were my absolute favorite band for like a few years there, and probably around the same time,
probably
as a teenager and on, I started to like kind of make note as I developed my taste of similar bands that seemed to have other qualities that the White Stripes didn't quite seem to like have an affinity for.
Right.
And I've commented on this before, but like pretty early on in my White Stripes fandom, I kind of noticed like Jack White's lyrics have a lot of sameness to them. Like he has a couple of themes and topics that he really likes.
Yeah, we've talked about this before, but the point I was going to make later, I'll still make it later. But
go for it.
It's just it was never you put a lot of like thought into what the lyrics say and what they mean, and I don't care.
Yeah. And again, like me getting into the White Stripes,
say.
That was a time when like I was thinking of myself as like more of a songwriter than a musician, even. So yeah, that was kind of upfront. So for that, like a handful of bands that really like had a lot in common with the White Stripes, kind of stepped in front of them for me, even though like I never like swayed in my love of the White Stripes and adoration.
Yeah.
So one of those bands that did kind of take the lead and have really stayed in the lead for me are the Kills. And while there's a lot that separate from them from the White Stripes, that we'll probably talk about as we get through this list. Yeah, they're a duo that's just drum sounds and guitar sounds, and here and there, quite a lot of duet singing. The White Stripes didn't really get around to. That kind of separates them. But outside of that, like, rock duo was really a thing for a while. Black Keys, there were a handful of others that kind of got prominent, but it really kind of ended up just being those three bands that were super notable. And with that, I'm going to kick into the very first Kills song I saw, probably on MTV too. This is Fried My Little Brains.